Dave, you gotta do it again.
Oh, we're live. All right. Mind juice.
With your
Oh,
host,
I didn't know I was doing that part.
Ben
With
Goes.
your host Benjamin Goes and co-hosts
That's
Nicholas
me.
Von Dolan.
That's
How
him.
about just Nick Von Dolan, Vlad Sema, and Dave Bone.
And there's them.
Take
All
it
right,
away,
ladies and
Ben.
gentlemen, welcome to Mind Juice, episode 2, which is actually the third episode that we recorded, but of course, we don't talk about episode 1, ever.
Ever. Except for now.
This week's topic is music, and while it's lame, we'll make this episode short, and hopefully some of you who only listen to the radio and what your friends listen to on the
And
radio,
who doesn't know any albums?
who couldn't name an album if they tried. Hopefully you'll get some ideas from this, and hopefully if you don't like music, which that's insane, you'll come to get a better appreciation for it. Or if you really, really like music, after you hear us talk about it incoherently for half an hour, maybe you'll stop liking music. So, life-changing stuff here, people, and I hope you enjoy it. All right?
All
Is
right,
everyone ready?
let's get to it.
I'm ready.
All right.
So, our first question is, and I'm going to have to pull it up because I just wrote it 5 minutes ago. What does music represent to you and to society? Vlad, since you're a music expert, we'll go with you first.
Well, logically, can you repeat the question?
It's on the. Oh my god.
What does music mean to you and to society? And or to society?
I think music is a go-to place for people to relax or have a good time listening to it, or to maybe they listen to it for inspiration, or because it says what they want to say for them, etc.
All right, Nick, top that.
Okay, I'll do my best, Coach. I think music is representative of a means to vent your emotions, right?
Oh my god.
So did I steal your answer?
Yeah, you stole mine.
So say you're having a bad day and you just need to be coddled by a sad song on your lonely drive home to prevent you from turning left off that bridge, you know? You need you need something to hold you together. If you're having a great day, you need something that's peppy, something that'll put some more hop in your step and make sure the sun stays up for longer. So yeah, short but sweet, but to vent a way of communicating your emotions based on what you're listening to.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Nick. I think it's a great way to represent emotions, and it definitely helps. You know, when you're in a sad mood, you don't listen to happy music. You listen to sad music, and just hearing something that's similar to the emotion you're feeling. I don't know. There's just something about it. There's an aura that it just feels good.
Dave, how often are you sad?
Oh, jeez. At least once or twice every hour.
Well, songs are only 4 minutes or so long, Dave. So
Right. Yeah, just a couple songs an hour, and I'm good.
you got some time left in that hour to be happy.
Excellent, excellent. Moving right along.
What's
How
yours?
often, how often do you guys listen to music?
You didn't answer.
I don't have to answer. I'm the host. I would just nerd it up.
We've been on this show for 3 episodes.
I would like to hear Ben's answer.
Yeah, I second Vlad.
Third.
I'm not gonna answer. I'm not gonna answer.
All right, fine. Move on.
How often do people listen to music?
I'll start.
Dave, you go first.
Okay. I listen to music from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. No, that's a song. I'm sorry. Anyway, I actually do listen to music quite a bit. Not from the moment I wake up, but pretty early on in my day. Because I use a website, right, called Imgur, and it's just texted pictures. So there's no audio sensation going on there. So I usually just throw on some music in the background and listen to that. But when I'm biking or hiking, just doing work in my room, I always have music going. Big part of my life.
Nick.
I listen to music a lot, but I would say I use it most as filler. I'll be walking to class by myself, and I'll want some background noise or something to just put a cloud over me while I need to fill in some time. So yeah, that's basically what it's been for me for the past few weeks. Because every time that my boss Alyssa sends me to go do something or grab something, I pop in my music and I'm gone for 15 extra minutes. Just enjoying myself.
And I listen to music whenever I'm in the car. So on my way to work and then on my way back to work, and then around 6 o'clock or around 4 o'clock I get really bored at work, and that's when I turn music on to keep me going for the last 5 hours that I'm at work.
I'm more like Dave's from the moment I wake up to the minute I go to bed, except probably that's truer of me than it is of him. I turn on the radio while I'm in the shower. I listen to music on my way to school. I listen to music at school whenever I'm not in a class. I listen to music on the way home, and pretty much from the minute I get home until the minute I go to bed. So 4 to 8 hours a day.
Well, Ben,
I'd say.
I know this of you because you're a really good multitasker. You listen to music, and you can read a book, and probably like juggle at the same time too.
Yeah, and that's almost part of it. Like if I'm trying to sit and do work without music on, I'm like antsy. Like I'm like, all right, so, I got to be doing, I'm wasting time. Like I feel like I should be, listening to music while I'm doing something so that I can get more done. So yeah, it's almost a need at this point to have music on in the background.
Music for drug kids. Stay alive.
Listen, Nick, I just quit aspirin because you people kept making jokes about it. So don't make me quit music, or I will hunt you all down and kill you all.
And you might,
gateway drug.
That is not true. I would never kill any of you. All right. Next question. Should we have music in schools, taught in schools, that type of thing? You know
Do
how
you
they
mean
cut
like?
music? Should they keep it?
You mean like teaching how to play clarinet and strings or whatever?
Or just your regular music classes that teach you ragtime music or whatever music classes teach people. I don't know what they teach people. I learned how to sing the Beach Boys and music, so I'm pretty happy with it. But what about you guys?
Go, Dave. That's all.
All right, I'll go. I would say it's not necessary, right? But you could say that about anything. So I will say that there are some good qualities about teaching music because you learn like tempo and like whatever. You know how to keep a beat. I don't know how useful that kind of stuff is, but yeah, you know what? I honestly I don't know. Music probably has some good qualities. I don't know enough about it to say anything good, but I think it should be taught.
You just said you didn't think it was necessary.
Well, as I'm saying, you don't need math, right? but it probably would help you.
Okay.
That was a terrible answer. I'm gonna revoke all of that.
Okay. Nick, before you answer, bear in mind that Alan Greenspan majored in the clarinet. Go.
Wow. That's a wonderful piece of information for me to use, Ben. Alan Greenspan once told me that music in school is completely unnecessary in terms of being taught it as a mandatory subject. Um, I feel like while music is so hugely important as something that exists in our lives, it's not exactly something, in the way they teach it, it's not exactly something that um, comes, you can't make the same argument, I feel, as you can for something like math, science. You say, oh, I'm not going to need this, but it will help you out. Because music seems to me traditionally more of a hobby and a passion, whereas your general electives at school are more to give you a broader education. You know, so music I think is akin to art there, whereas it's just kind of uh, dusting, the frosting on the cake.
Are you saying we shouldn't teach art?
I'm saying no. This music is about. This question is about music. I wouldn't touch that subject. It's a sore one. It's really been up in the polls these days.
Okay. If we change the subject matter of our music classes to be more modern and less sheet musicy,
Less
do you think
classical.
that it would be more worthwhile?
No, because everything that I know about the music of today wasn't taught to me in school. I just live and experience it, and I interpret it as however I please. So I don't need to sit in school and waste time for that.
Do you need to sit in school for anything?
Well, you don't need math, but no, I don't need to sit in school for anything, Ben. That's why I didn't sign up for it ever. I've never gone to school before. As Vlad lowers his camera and shows his Stony Brook shirt.
That's not my turn to answer.
I'm still wearing a high school shirt, so
Nick, that's my shirt.
Oh, well, I'll give it back to you. It's a medium.
I used to be a medium.
Yeah, so is June Wan. How do you know it's not his?
Okay, it could be his.
I've seen Junwon wear that
I wonder
shirt.
why you have so many of our clothing, but whatever.
I sneak into your house when you're asleep.
I expect nothing less. Vlad, yes or no? Vlad, could you focus on the podcast for a moment, please?
I'm listening. I'm gonna say.
Everything is 5 seconds delayed, Ben. Remember.
I know.
That was fun. Okay.
Yeah, after you ate half of my house of food.
That's
You're-
it. I
you're
gave him 2 bags of
snacks?
chips. Let's not exaggerate.
And you almost finished them.
Guys,
You're
no one knows
lucky I
what
stopped.
you're talking about at all.
Yeah, Vlad, yes or no?
Well, I'm gonna say. Okay, I'm gonna say that some people like me don't appreciate music, and I know you appreciate it a lot, Ben. So I don't know what to appreciate in music. So if there was a way that school could teach me to appreciate music more and to take more from it than what I do now, then that should be taught. But like it shouldn't be like a full semester if it doesn't need to. You know, like yeah.
How many of you read my blog post?
No, every single one of us have. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of the blog again?
This is a disaster.
Okay, so if you wanted to learn to appreciate music more, a good place to start might be my last blog post on our blog. Funnily enough. All right.
It's weird. I posted this one thing about music, but it said that I posted it as Ben Goes.
Yeah. Well, must have been when you snuck into my house, right?
I wrote it on your laptop. That's right.
Okay. Do you guys associate certain songs with certain books, movies, or people?
Not really.
No.
Except I associate G-Eazy's music with me just
With
because
you?
just because I relate so well.
Okay.
So
You know,
the
G always raps about drugs and hookers, right? And like bitches.
no, he doesn't. That's what people say he raps about, but if you listen closely, then he raps about his feelings and his mood and what's in his mind.
Are you talking about me,
And
myself, and I,
Yeah.
and only me,
we
myself,
we
and I?
we all know that Vlad is thug on the inside, so it can apply to him.
Hey, quick
Um,
anecdote. BB Rexa came to my school a few years back before she took off. So we have a
Who?
signed poster in my office by her. Did you
You
say
should
who?
sell it.
Oh, yeah, probably should sell it soon.
Buy better dorms. Put
Right.
put put gold on the walls or something.
Bigger windows.
Right. Well, I know that I personally, um, when I read a book, I remember the song that was playing when I was reading it last, and vice versa. So if I'm listening to a song, I'll remember what book I was reading the last time I heard that song. And so it's a little weird, like when you listen to throwbacks, from like 2009, and you're like, oh shit, I haven't read, Harry Potter in a while, or something like that. So I definitely associate music with things and experiences and people. So like back when Vlad wasn't talking to us, um, All Time Low song "Missing You" was made me think of Vlad a lot. So um, I that question was crafted by me because it's my experience. So
Well, I'm gonna
no
say
surprises
I have
there.
the same. I have the same associations when I play a video game or think about a video game from 2009 or 2012, specifically RuneScape and World of Warcraft.
Are you saying that when you play RuneScape, you remember playing RuneScape?
No, when I play RuneScape, no, when I listen to a song that was popular when I played RuneScape, it
Okay,
reminds me of RuneScape.
okay, I get it. That's fun. All right, moving on with our lives. All right, let's go through the music that we've assembled because, that's fun too, and the people have a right to know, right? So, we'll start with Nick because, no, we'll start with Vlad because he's so mainstream, and then and he's the music grandmaster.
Who doesn't
So,
know any albums?
Not a single album has been filled in.
yeah, so audience people, I made this fill-in list, right, so that we could get our music out there, so that we could listen to it beforehand, so that we could discuss it more, and so I put things like best album for studying, and best album for when you're happy, and best album for when you're in love and stuff. And Vlad would put one song, and so I messaged Vlad and I said, "Do you know what the difference between a song and an album is?" And he said, "The difference? Yes. Do I know any albums? No." And so that's why when I ask these questions, Vlad will respond with just a song. So, Vlad, let me ask you, what's some of your favorite bands?
That's a hard question.
If you tab over, you'll find the answer.
All of these are like solo artists.
I'm gonna say I really like 21 Pilots as a band, and I
It's
like
not even on your list. What the hell is?
Chainsmokers is my favorite band.
Okay. What's your favorite song by the Chainsmokers?
It's called Closer. It's their latest song as of right now.
Hmm.
I like it because it's got a great beat, and I really like how once they're done singing the chorus or the part that they sing, the music continues with the same melody, and it just it just I don't know. It's really good.
Music grandmaster. Oh.
Okay. Any other bands you want to mention before I move on?
No, that's it.
Okay. Nick, what about you?
Oh God, my current obsessive, um, as I reach under my desk. Currently, my like obsessive band is 21 Pilots, as Vlad kind of stole away from me.
Currently or for the past 3 years?
Okay, yes and no. Yes, because I love 21 Pilots, and I've known about 21 Pilots for a lot longer than mainstream radio has played them for, which gives me a sense of personal connection to them, I guess, because I feel like it's something that I found rather than something I jumped into. And so there's that, my experience over the past few years. But the song.
Hold on.
Yeah.
If the audience couldn't tell, that was Nick insulting Vlad. But keep going.
No, it wasn't. Wait, when? What? Why
Never
are you trying to? Why are you throwing shade where it's not supposed to be?
Shade, nice word. Keep going.
Anyway, so yeah, I was just saying that I enjoy their music.
What's your favorite song by them?
Ride currently, even though that's
A terrible song?
What?
I like the lyrics.
I
They're really
love
good.
Ride. Ride has a certain happy, sad feel about it, like most of their songs, but it's like intensified because it's so amped up. It's very loud and it's very, the lyrics can be very meaningful, but the song is just so powerful. The music itself. Not that I know anything about music. It's how it makes me feel.
Nick, what do you think about Lane Boy?
I used to like Lame Boy. It's very bland to me, in my opinion.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
they say stay in your lane, boy. Like,
Have you guys seen 21 Pilots page on Spotify?
uh,
I mean, their first song is Heathens, right? Which is like
Right.
their new
that was written for Suicide
Squad, right?
Right.
But then every single one, except for Car Radio, every single one after that is from their new album.
Yeah,
Blurry
that's all
Face,
you hear. That's all you
which
hear.
is crazy. Because like I personally think Vessel, their first album, well, it's not even their first album. Their first like main album being 21 Pilots. I thought that was amazing. I thought
Right.
that
I
really
agree.
killed it.
Yeah, most of my favorite songs are from their first album.
Right.
But
That's why I got my friend's car the other day, and the song started playing. He's like, "Oh, this is old 21 Pilots," and I'm like, "Oh, well, the good, Wish we could turn back time to the good old days."
Yeah. Nice. That was good, Nick. Which
Thanks.
song is that though? Do you know what song that is?
I planned that one for a week, so. Anyway,
I also like how he sings on that Elvis song, which is
Yeah.
not actually an Elvis song.
you're not an Elvis song.
What is it called again?
Can't help falling in love.
Yeah,
How
he
is that
does
not-
really good. Elvis didn't write that song.
You didn't write that song.
Look it up. Somebody else made it up.
Yeah. Who wrote it, Vlad?
I don't know. It's some old guy.
Elvis.
No. Elvis sang it, but somebody else.
Vlad,
There's-
as an insert, that a lot of singers don't write their own songs these days. They have a team who write them, and they're just the voice behind it.
Nick, those are called pop stars.
You're called pop stars.
I saw a meme today that was like had a picture of Beyonce and it said, 2 producers, 4 writers, and it had the lyrics of her song, which was like, "Who run the world, girls? Who run that mother, girls? Who run the world, girls?" And then over here was like, 1 writer, and it was like a really intense set of lyrics, with variations and stuff. And
Right.
This is
I
funny.
think I've seen that one forever ago.
you know what, Nick?
That's an old meme, Ben.
I won't tell you things anymore then.
Get out of
Did
the.
I bring up something you've already seen?
Get out of the.
Listen, Nick's not the only one in here. I'm glad you told it, though.
You know what, Dave?
It's
I know you've seen it too. So
I have never seen it.
Get out of the old fart memes, Ben. Get into the Harambe memes.
I have Harambe memes. All right. Dave, what's your favorite band?
I
What's
hate
some of
my
your
answer to
favorite
this
bands?
question because I don't have a favorite band. I never will have a favorite band.
Smokers.
I think we know who Vlad's is.
I always associate Gorillaz with you.
I love Gorillaz. I think they're
I
great.
skipped over that, but I remember you liked them way back when. And
Yeah, they're a great band.
that's something that stuck with me.
They've been together for a very long time actually. Actually, they're not even together. It's just one guy working in a studio, bringing
Now,
in
if
a
they
bunch
started playing on
collaborators.
92.3 every day, would you stop listening to them?
of. I think they probably have played
They
on
probably have a
92.3.
couple times, yeah.
Yeah. That's completely no. That wouldn't happen. I've exaggerated that point to Ben. I think.
Well, he listed Foo Fighters, which is like one of the most popular bands in the world. So
Well, I mean,
But that's classic.
listen, yeah, Foo Fighters have been part of my life since I was a kid because my dad loved it. So it's just always going to be one of my favorite bands.
so you couldn't avoid it. I get it.
I couldn't avoid it. Yeah.
But I think you canceled it out with Fleet Foxes. So
Oh come on, do you know Fleet Foxes? Fleet Foxes?
yeah, they're like the opposite of Foo Fighters.
So what? I like variation.
Okay.
Look, who else do I have? Oh, I guess I didn't put her on there. I got K-Flay, but I also have Regina Spektor. I don't know why I didn't put her on, but Regina Spektor is definitely my favorite female vocalist.
Yeah. Well, that's a low bar.
Regina Spektor? Are you kidding? She's like the greatest of all time.
Okay.
Well, and in my opinion, of course. But I don't know. If I had to pick, I have my top 5 here, right? If I had to pick one of those, I would probably say Vampire Weekend. Just because I used to listen to them a lot throughout high school, and it kind of got me through a lot of stuff. Emotional, whatever. And even studying. I think I used to listen to them a lot in the library.
What's your favorite song by Vampire Weekend?
I put down A-Punk. I'm not exactly sure if is what I'd choose, but it's probably one of the first songs I did hear from them. That or Cousins. Cousins was really good too. But then from their new album, I think A Modern Vampire, if that's their newest album still, Step is really good. If you heard that.
No, I don't listen to them regularly, but
Yeah, well, those are some nice picks from them.
well, that's great.
It is.
My favorite bands kind of are span time. So I have the Killers here. I have All Time Low. But I also have Headley and the Griswolds and Coin. All of which are terrific. Headley is really, really good. And I think that all of you, and by all of you I mean my friends, I don't really know the rest of you who are listening, but might like Headley a little bit because they have like 9 distinct influences, and so each song is just a little bit different. And so they have really high beat, fun music, and they have kind of slower, sadder music, Dave.
You
So,
listen to them twice every hour.
Oh,
right,
twice an
yeah.
hour.
So anyway, I like all of their songs, and I very rarely met a band where I like all of their songs. So that's why they get to be my favorite. I mean, like song by song, I could find songs that are better than them, but I happen to like all of their songs. So that's pretty cool. And my favorites are Don't Talk to Strangers, which is about a guy dating a cougar. Anything, which is probably Vlad Speed, kind of punky. And Can't Slow Down, which is, I don't know, probably not quite Dave, but maybe Nick. Nick's kind of weird. So, yeah, those are mine. Let's see, what else? All right. How about we all name a song that we think is almost perfect? Like, you listen to it and it's not really your favorite song, but like it's a masterpiece and you just know it from listening to it because it's just unbelievably good music. Nick, we'll start with you since we never start with you.
Okay. I was thinking of adding something to my list, but then I looked back on it and thought that there's actually a genuinely strong answer out here already, and that's the song "Chivalry's Dead" by Trevor Wesley. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to that or not.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It was something about it. It kind of has this really nice funk, feel to it, but it's also got this really romantic story behind it. And
Yeah, it's real smooth, I think.
right. It's like
Yeah.
you can waltz into a room listening to it.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of been, when I wake up and I walk to work every morning, that's like the first song in the playlist. Just I start off the day with that, and then the rest of it's all shuffled.
Yeah. All right, Vlad. What about you?
Dave can go before me.
Well, I got mine ready to go.
Yeah, right. Dave's like, if you guys look at my list, I have like 15. I just couldn't stop. So, Dave, don't say.
No, mine's not even on my list actually, because
You say "Hunger of the Pine," I'm gonna kill you. So.
Ben, have you heard that song?
Yes, it's terrible.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Like
I recommend everyone
twice
go listen
during
to
that song.
It's literally amazing.
I'm gonna
I'm
have
not
to
gonna pick it.
Everyone listen to "Hunger of the Pines" by Alt J.
The video's really good too.
And then comment to say Dave is wrong and I'm right. So.
All right, listen. I'm gonna pick "Animal" by Mike Snow. It's a little bit older, but it's pretty popular. It's a very good song. That's about it. Very good song.
Okay. I wrote it down. Vlad, we're back to you already.
Hang on, Dave. I listened to enough of your song, and it's not that it's a bad song. It's that it just feels like it belongs in like a video game or a movie trailer,
Right. It's not. Well, that's Alt J in general. If you've ever heard them, they're very different from traditional music. So you kind of have to listen to their albums in full because they almost tell a story. Listening to them in order.
That's interesting in itself. Cool.
It is. Yeah, they're an interesting band.
Vlad.
Okay, are you gonna ask us what songs we think are perfect, or is there no such thing?
Approaching perfection. What songs are almost perfect? There is no such thing. If there was such a thing, we'd all
great.
agree on it.
Then I'm gonna say "Let It Go" by James Bay is close to perfect. I don't see any flaws, but I guess it can't be perfect. And then, yeah.
All right, I'll buy it.
And you guys like the song "I Took a Pill in Ibiza"? I love that song too.
Yeah, I guess that's one of Ezra's better songs, so we'll let you say that too.
Perfect.
See, Dave, those are good picks. Back to the drawing board.
I wish I knew what they were.
Actually, hold on. Dave, you had a good pick, and I'll go back and I'll tell you what it was.
Thanks, Ben, for choosing which songs are the best out of my favorites.
Call It What You Want is really good by Foster the People, and First by the Cold War Kids is a good song. The rest, I could take or leave. But I thought instead of just criticizing, I thought I'd throw that out there.
I would like to change my Foster the People song, though. Not because of you, but I was actually thinking earlier, I'd rather have it be Don't Stop. I think it's a little better than Call It What You Want.
Okay.
Don't stop
I have a
believing.
That's not it.
What, Nick?
That is, how do you guys feel about, how do I word this? How do you feel about choirs of children in songs, right? You know that new song by Lucas Graham, I think? Mama Said?
Oh, I have heard that.
Right.
Yeah.
When I don't know. I thought about it the other day. I was like, wow, listening to, whether it's just one child singing on its, on tracks on tracks on tracks of itself, or if it's a group of many children singing in a choir for the song. I'm like, wow, it just sounds so beautiful having a younger voice. Because I feel like I thought about why it was so different or why it was so special to me, and I felt like it was because singers' voices only vary so much these days. Everyone on The Voice and American Idol, they have a great sound, but it's nothing crazy unique. Because it's become so familiar to us, I guess. And then you throw a choir of children in there, and you're like, this is different, and they sound great. So I wanted to see how you guys felt about that sound, but maybe you haven't heard enough to reference it.
Yeah, two songs off of my favorite bands do that. Anything by Headley has a whole bunch of children yelling "fuck that," and so that's pretty funny. And then the Griswolds, their "Be Impressive" song has a chorus of kids singing. So they sing they sing out the letters BEIMPRESSIVE, and so yeah, I'm in favor of that. I think you're right. It's cool. It's like oh, wasn't actually expecting that. It's an element to the song that other people don't have. So right.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. It makes me really happy when I hear it.
Right. It's very bright. You can't really make a child's voice sound, sad if that's not true. But, why would you? They have such beautiful, happy voices. So,
Yeah,
I think
and
it
all
depends
the
on.
kids singing at the same time is just amazing.
Dave?
I think it depends on how it's done into the song though, because if you have a song that's it really depends on the music. Because there's this one song by M83 where it's literally a little girl talking about the story of a frog
Mhm.
in the rainforest, and that's the entire song. So it has its qualities, like you get to listen to the story, but it's not really like as interesting as listening to like some real music, you know?
Right.
Well,
So,
Dave, that's just M83.
M83 is
Not
a great
exactly
band.
what we're talking about here. Okay. If the audience can't tell the trend, Dave listens to the edges of music. So
I listen to the better edges of music.
I can't say that M83 is actually really popular in other countries, but whatever. So my songs that are almost perfect. Um,
Let me guess. Headley,
no,
blah blah blah.
I was very careful not to make too many repeats in my list after I saw Nick making his list.
hey,
Uh,
I cleaned it up nicely.
yeah, you did, but you tried to put like one song for everything.
Well, the
And,
problem was that the album is called Marvin's Room, but there's also a song on the album called Marvin's Room because it's the album title. So,
yeah, I know, but so I'm gonna pick Texas by Magic Man. I don't know. I mean, that's my favorite song. I don't know that it's a perfect song, but it's pretty fun. Somebody Else by the 1975. I don't love the 1975 because it's a little bit slow for me, but they have 5 or 6 really beautiful songs, and I think Somebody Else is the pinnacle of that because it showcases everything that they do.
I think the
Um,
1975 attracts an audience of very punk rock teenage girls. You know,
that's true. My cousin loves them. She didn't
yeah.
recommend them to me, but she does like them. Their music is beautiful. So, I mean, if people knew what I listen to very fast things, with heavy beats and stuff. So, it's really not my style, but I can appreciate a beautiful song when I hear it. Um, I'll mention 2 more. Owl City's "If My Heart Was a House" is like a decade old, but it's really a really beautiful song. It's a beautiful love song. And The Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine. Florence and the Machine is like a master of their craft. Like,
That's a good one.
typically I don't like female artists, but you know, they're really really good. And Dog Days is their best song. So I'll throw those out there. Another thing I wanted to mention was that All the People by Panama Wedding has one of the best openings I've ever heard. You know, the best openings to their song. And unfortunately, right after their opening, they kind of crashed and burned. But it's always funny because, you know, like the song comes on and the opening comes on, and I'm like, ooh, and then I'm like, oh wait, it's just this song again. So so I'll throw that out there as if you want 10 good seconds of music, try them. Okay. I'm gonna skip that for now. All right, let's do best album for studying because you know kids need to study, and at least for me, I need music to study. So yes,
Did you listen to what song I had for that?
yes, I did.
What did you think?
I think Candyland would have been better than that, but
Did you have it on full blast?
yes.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know what Vlad's talking about, he picked Brain Power by Vlad. What's the band?
On Full
Noma.
Blast.
Why would you pick that?
Never heard this song. Is it good?
I put
Start
It's
playing
it's not exactly study
it.
music.
You'll love it. Start playing it.
I put my headphones in,
I can't do
put
it.
it on full blast, and everything is bliss around me.
Including the work that you're trying to do.
That's the thing. I don't stray from the work. The music's playing, and it's blocking. It's like a shield around my head, and it doesn't interfere with me. But
Because of all that brain power.
That's not what that's not what the song's about. But yeah. Yeah, no, I saw it and I'm like, okay, Noma, they have some hardcore music and it's the same kind of music that I chose, so I was like, okay. And then I listened to the song, I'm like, alright, well, it's not the choice I would have made, but if it works for you, that's great. So we have Noma by Noma's Brain Power.
And the second song is Closer by Chainsmokers.
Back to Closer. Okay. I'll buy it. Nick, what about you? You have a weird album.
Yeah, I dug deep for this one actually.
It's like, what the fuck?
Right. It's like you look at my other music and then you just see
Right, that's what it was. When I listened to this album, I didn't realize it was under the studying category. So I thought it was like one of the other ones. So it was like going from 21 Pilots to this, and I was like, I'm not sure.
Here's my addition for that, and that's sorry. My door outside just slammed or something. Anyway, my addition to that is that I don't listen to music while I study. Personally, I can't. When studying, that is, I can't. I need quiet, and I like the quiet. So if I need to regain focus, I guess I go to more just soft strumming sounds or wave patterns, things like that. Just very light music that I play softly.
Name the band for the people.
Oh, the band is Do Make Say Think, and the song Think.
Wonderful.
Yeah, isn't it fantastic?
It's I'm just gonna say it's only good for studying. So
right, I agree.
We'll make that statement.
I don't listen to it for any other reason than to relax and calm the nerves.
Yeah. Okay. Dave, what about you, bud?
No, I agree with Nick. I found this one kind of difficult because when I do listen to music while I study, which is pretty rare, I usually go on to like Spotify or Pandora. Probably usually not Pandora, and I just put on one of their like study playlists. It's usually just like beats and sounds and stuff. Never, it's like mostly instrumental, right? So there's never any singing, and that's what I like. I don't really like because I'll get like caught by the lyrics and stuff, and then I won't be studying. I'll just be listening. Because I'm very single threaded, right? Like I can't really do multiple things at once like you, Ben. So I have to have like something that I can tune out while I work. But I did put down M83 just because they have a lot of music where it's pretty indistinct. You can't really hear what they're saying, so just kind of like listen to it and tune out. It's pretty slow going. It's relaxing.
I put down Into the Sun by Bass Nectar.
Interesting.
You know, it's fun music. It's I don't know, electronic, I guess. Is that what people call it these days, or is it dubstep? I don't know
No,
what it is.
I would call it electronic.
Okay. And that's just a general theme. When I study, that's what I listen to. But I like that album a lot for the purposes of studying because it kind of starts out and it draws you in, and then towards the end it starts doing different, weirder things, which may or may not refocus you when you get to them. So that's my finals week album. So I sit in the library with a bag of peanut M&Ms and I listen to that album on repeat. Okay, so let's do two more of these. Best album for when you're happy.
Ooh, I really liked doing this one.
Okay, Nick, you go first.
That's the best kind of music. You know, you walk out the door in the morning. You're like, today's gonna be a good day. And you gotta strut in your walk. And you need to play a happy, fast tune.
You didn't pick an album.
I know. I picked an artist, Michael Bublé.
Okay, I'll buy it.
Now, I picked his song "Haven't Met You Yet" because while it has sort of a romance, theme behind it, it's got a very bright tune, and I've always loved that song for that reason. It's very, hey, hop out of bed, throw your clothes on, and start skipping down the street, kind of tune to it. So yeah, that's sort of been my go-to for happy times.
I like that song too.
Vlad, what's your happy album? Or, I'm sorry, song.
I like all music. All music makes me happy.
Cop Out.
What song do you listen to when you're happy? Vlad, it's a really good song. Just
Brain
read
Power.
the damn song.
Well, there's Closer. Oh, you mean the song I have?
Yeah,
It's called. What do I have? It's
Candyland.
called Candyland by Tobu. Basically, the electronic music. There's also a song called Nova by Erics or something. Basically, electronic music that there are no words, but just puts you in a good mood. It like calms your brain down and stuff.
Yeah, I was very pleased to see that on your list, Vlad.
Did you hear it beforehand, or you knew about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the song Nova?
Yep.
Do you
I like
it?
Candyland a little bit better, but Nova's a little bit more popular, so. Okay, Dave, you're up.
Alright, I chose the band Group Love and their album Never Trust a Happy Song over their other album, Spreading Rumors. Just
How
for the
old
fact that... What was that?
How old is that album?
2011.
Okay.
So it's pretty recent. Well, 5 years now. Time flies.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it's always been very upbeat. Group Love has a very upbeat sound to them. Yes, they do. Very, very, very peppy, and I don't know. It's always put me in a good mood whenever I hear their music. So
Looks like I
that's
was
the album.
rubbing my nipples.
Group Love, great. I put the Mowgli's. Where am I?
Mowgli's.
Mowgli's. The
You say
Mowgli's.
Mowgli's? Interesting.
Yeah.
Or do you mow a lawn or do you mow a lawn? There you
Uh,
go.
it's clearly Mowgli.
It's clearly Mowgli's.
It's meant to be a strange sounding word.
Yeah.
All right. I picked Kids in Love by the Mowgli's because it's the perfect summer album, I think. You just it's all happy, upbeat stuff. It's not really my kind of music, so it's a little weird, but it's all very happy, upbeat stuff. So I associate it a lot with the summer because I played a lot in the summer, and it's just makes my day a little bit brighter. I also put Ocean Eyes by Owl City because those are just fun, like just fun. He's a real poet, so those songs are all pretty tap your foot and laugh at the lyrics type songs. Okay, last one. All right, we'll do the opposite. Best album for when you're sad.
Who wants to start? Who's starting?
We'll just say because it's in my head right now. Eminem. Two songs are on my mind: Mockingbird and When I'm Gone. But I don't really listen to music when I'm sad, but those songs bring sad feelings to me.
Right.
I
I love
can
Mockingbird by Eminem. That's such a good song.
Yeah.
Older one, but still good. Dave, you or me? Who's up?
I'll go. I chose Radical Face and their album called Ghost. It's got a lot of songs. Pretty much every single one is sad and it'll put you in a bad mood. So if you're not in a bad mood already, don't listen to it.
Okay, Nick.
Okay, well, this is a song that you had scolded me about repeating, which I have refrained from saying through the entire podcast.
No,
And-
it fits here. It fits here. So
right,
let's just-
and that is Marvin's Room by Drake. I actually, just before this podcast, my good friend John, who's living across the hall, he was sitting in my room with me, and we were just listening to music. And he's a huge, huge Drake fan. And so that song came on, and he's like, I'm not even having a bad day, but this song makes me want to text my ex, and makes me want to just sit outside and cry, And I was
it made me want to fall asleep. So
right. It's also very mellow. It's very mellow.
twice. I fell asleep twice listening to that song.
It's in a good sense, or
Well, let's just say I didn't add it to any playlists. I picked In the Lonely Hour by Sam Smith because he's got really beautiful music, so at the same time there's like hope in your sadness. And then I also picked Threat to Survival by Shinedown because if you're sad but you want to turn your sadness into being pissed off, like if you're about to cry yourself to sleep tonight but you have like an interview tomorrow or something, or something big you got to do tomorrow, you kind of want to stop being sad. So I put Shinedown's album in there because it's basically like a call to arms. Like the whole freaking thing is like, it opens with asking for it. I don't know if any of you listen to Shinedown, but which is basically he's yelling at a girl who's the victim of abuse because she must have been asking for it, and so it kind of it pulls you right out of whatever funk you're in, and so you're ready to go fight people. Um,
You almost should have thrown a Paramore's Misery Business in there or something, you know?
Paramore's a female.
Yeah.
I don't really listen
Yeah.
to those.
You don't Paramore though? Dave knows that song.
Paramore's
it's-
fine, but I would be better if it was sung by a guy, I think. Okay. So now we're gonna move on to the last part of the show, which is making a party playlist. Because the world needs help in this regard. I've been to a lot of parties in my life, and almost, all right, I can't say that. More than half of them have bad playlist setups. So I figured that we could all throw our party recommendation songs in and maybe discuss the best way to approach a making a playlist for a party. So we'll start with Vlad because we know exactly what he's gonna say, right? Closer by the Chainsmokers.
No,
Any other songs you got, Vlad?
I'm gonna say it depends on the party, but if there's gonna be dancing, then every song should have like a good drop. That once it drops, everybody goes crazy and has the best time of their lives.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You got any songs for us?
Sure, any song with a drop, and there's a lot of remixes these days that do a really good job. They can take any song, such as Ed Sheeran's "I See Fire," and they could add a really good drop to it, and that song would be perfect. Or regular hype songs are also good, like Panda.
Is that a crap rap song?
That is a trap rap song, yes.
Okay. I haven't heard it, so
Hype?
we got that.
Upbeat hype, and has a lot of bass drops.
Well, if there's one conclusion we can draw here, it's that Ben would be very happy to come to a party where my playlist is playing, or his, and very unhappy at one where Vlad's is playing.
Hey, when I went to the Voorheesville prom, they had only songs with bass drops, and it was a billion times better than our prom.
Well, yeah, because that's a jump around kind of party. That's not
Okay,
even a
but-
party. That's a night meant to let loose and just throw your body around.
Yeah, that's the best type of parties.
I don't know, Vlad. We had a party before I left, and
We didn't listen to a lot of music.
I don't think we played.
I tried to listen to music. I'm pretty sure you said to turn it off, Vlad. So
Oh, you heard me singing.
yeah, okay. Turn it
You
off.
guys heard me rapping.
Turn
Yeah,
off the
Donald
fucking
Trump.
music. Okay.
Good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna highlight a point that Vlad said because this part is supposed to be instructional. It depends on what kind of party that you're having. So if it's, I don't know, I'm making this up. If it's 4 friends sitting in a room drinking, right? Then you're gonna want different music than say if there's, I don't know, 30 people in a house having fun, right? And I mean, hopefully you get enough notice that you can make your playlist based on what's gonna happen. But
Clock Marvin's Room starts playing, and you're either having sex to it or you're crying.
right, and yeah, you don't want that to come on in the 30-person, I don't know, maybe you do. What are you saying, Nick? Don't put that on. People, don't put that on your party playlist, okay? But Vlad's got a point. If there's lots of people, keep it upbeat, keep it dropped. I don't know what he's talking about, but
Keep it through it.
so keep it high tempo electronic music or popular fast music. And then for smaller groups, you can bring in some of the more person-specific music, cult classics, and songs that we would all know and appreciate, but that aren't going to drown out our night and our conversation. So yeah. Nick, any thoughts about songs for parties or tips for making playlists for parties?
I would say no. I would fairly certainly agree with every point you made. I feel like music. There are songs out there you can find that are fairly good in any situation. You know, whether at your 30-person party or at a 5-person hangout with a couple of drinks. I feel like a few songs are interchangeable between the two, but mostly it's circumstantial. You know, you want to make sure that everyone's having a good time no matter what. So you want to make sure that the music is good. It good in itself instead of you made the point a lot about tempo and attitude, the attitude the song brings, but you also have to make sure the song's sounds good. So yeah, that's it. Fairly same point.
Dave, I know you're an expert in this regard.
Yeah, far from that.
Yeah,
When it comes
actually,
to-
this whole episode is me trying to teach you. So
When it
that's,
comes to parties, I've always hated the music playing. I mean, they never, for me at least, it's never music that I appreciate. There's been one party I went to, but it was a band playing in the basement, and they were playing Sublime and stuff, so that was awesome. But every other party I've gone to was just crappy, poppy, exactly what you guys were just talking about, which isn't my taste. So if I were to pick some songs for a party, they would not be anything you guys would like. They would either be like crazy headbanger, like rock and roll stuff, or I don't know, maybe something a little bit too laid back.
right. Yeah, that's my fear for you.
Right.
Something for when you're drunk and something for when you're high. It's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add something.
Okay.
Like, say, basically, you want songs that make the people at the party say, "Oh, I love this song." Basically, they need in when the song comes on, everybody needs to have a great reaction to it. I think those are the perfect songs you want at parties.
Everyone, on top of that, everyone needs to have the same reaction to it, because that just adds to the unison of the party.
Yeah. Just makes everybody feel better when a great song comes on that they weren't expecting.
Okay. So I'll take you through my strategy for making party playlists, because believe it or not, I am known for them in this town. Where is it? Okay, so I have 5 elements that a party. Okay, maybe 6. 6 elements that a party playlist needs to have to be successful. And the first one is the song "Freaks" by Timmy Trumpet. If your playlist doesn't have this song, it's incomplete, so you should add it. It is the best party song. And I can't just say party song. I add it to every single playlist. Like, if I made a sad playlist, I would also add this song. Then I have the songs that need to be in a party playlist, right? Like, give the people what they want. So I have Eminem, I have Fall Out Boy. Like, you can't make a playlist without these for a party without incorporating at least some of these songs. And I'm not saying you need like 13 Fall Out Boy songs, but you need Death Valley in there and stuff like that. Then you can have songs that fit party music, but may or may not be known to your audience. So these are just going to be background music, or people could really enjoy them. So my example was Fits and Tantrums, Roll Up, because it like screams party, but
It does.
I don't know that everyone knows what it is.
Okay. That song really does scream party, actually.
Yeah.
100%.
So other songs like that is a Speaker Box by Bass Nectar. Like if you go to, I don't know, that might even fall under songs that need to be in your party playlist because they're in all the playlists, and if yours doesn't have it, people notice it missing. And then you can have fast beat, whatever, like we were talking about earlier. But I think it's important to realize that the music needs to move together, right? So you can't have a really fast song and then Dave's song, right? And a lot of people make this mistake. They at the beginning of a party, they'll uh-oh, is Nick on?
No, I cut out my camera while I kind of flipped my computer around.
Okay. At the beginning of a party, they'll all sit down and they'll all put their own song on a playlist, right? They'll queue it up. Everyone will go around in a circle and they'll pick a song, and that's a terrible idea because you'll have Dave picking Cage the Elephant and Vlad picking Noma, and it won't work. So always come prepared with your own playlist. So if you want to incorporate a slower song, move your music down to it, and then move your music back up. And I think the easiest way to move your music back up is to use a electronic song that starts out slow and ends real high. They do the work for you, and you don't have to waste time with filling music. And I have here a bunch of examples of songs that do that. Lunar by Kodeko, Traveler by Milano, The Universe Is Ours by the Headhunters, 5 Hours by The Arrow, Chasing Heaven by Bass Nectar. Those are all songs that start out slow, so you can put them after your slow song, and by the end they'll elevate the beat back up. So they're useful, and I think this part of the conversation will be transcribed on the blog. So, and then in a nod to Vlad, which it's not really a nod to Vlad because it was already here, you have the anthems, and I call them anthems. I don't know. I think that's what they're called. It's when you have all this background music that's beaty, so you're kind of bouncing with it a little bit, and then you throw on a popular song that you know that every single person in the room knows the words to, but maybe hasn't heard in a little while, so that they'll get more excited for it. And then obviously the idea here is to get everyone to stop what they're doing and to turn around and to sing the song with everyone else, and it kind of brings the crowd together. So some examples of that is a TikTok by Kesha, I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas, Dirty Little Secret by All American Rejects, songs like that where people haven't heard them in a long time, but everyone knows the words, and everyone's already having a good time, and everyone's a little bit tipsy, and so you throw on that song, and everyone just stops, and they start yelling out the lyrics together. And those are the high points of your playlist, obviously. After that song, you go back to just speedy music, and people return to their lives. But every once in a while, you throw one of those in to keep the party going, really. So anyway, those are the elements of a really good party playlist. And if you're a pro like me, you have songs that are good enders and songs that are good beginners, but I won't get into that right now because I don't want to. Anyone have any other thoughts for parties or music for parties? Anyone have any other thoughts about music, songs you want to shout out, or categories that we missed that you were excited to talk about?
I think we hit a lot of what I was ready for.
Okay.
Yeah. This was a long episode, and we thought it was going to be short.
Actually, Our first episode was really long compared to this one.
Yeah, our first episode was 90 minutes. The second episode was 70 minutes, and this episode looks like it's
Just about
more than
7 minutes.
70 minutes. 70 minutes, yeah. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to sign off now. We hope you all enjoyed this stimulating conversation, and check out some of the music we recommended. Dave, you want to sign us off?
Oh, I would love to. Ready?
Ready.
Mind juice.
Bye-bye.
Wait.
Oh,
Before we sign off,
Oh.
Vlad, you're hosting next week. Do you want to share your topic with us?
Yeah. Okay.
Good job.
I do, but do I know what it is? It's either gonna be we're gonna talk about happiness and what happiness means to people and what things make you happy and what things you think make you happy. So like money, I guess, is a good topic. Or we can take the school route because I hate the school system and I think you guys hate it too. So we could try and figure out alternatives to the school system, or if you guys like it, let us know what you like about it. So one of those two things, schools or
Dave?
happiness.
Okay.
Do you guys have a preference?
I like them both a lot. I don't think I would complain about either. I feel like
Well, we can get to it all.
yeah, we'll have to wait till the next round.
I don't know. We'll decide officially offline, but I think school might be okay because we did I've been trying to do it serious. So like the first episode was us just introducing ourselves, and then the second episode was controversial issues, and this one was just music. So the next one can be serious again, I guess. I don't know. Happiness is serious, but it's also kind of in the same boat as music. So we'll see.
Okay, great.
What else? Check out our show notes page on the mindjuiceblog.blogspot.com and check back regularly for content that's created by our co-hosts, or rather co-host, singular. And have a good week, everyone.